What's a train like you doing in a place like this? I'm a-walking on the railroad. Wonderhussy here. Yeah, I'm a-walking on a railroad, but it's a railroad that hasn't seen any action in many a year, judging from the amount of sagebrush growing right in the middle of the tracks. That's right. I'm hanging out at the old abandoned railroad outside, well, kind of one of those living ghost towns called Cherry Creek, Nevada. It's one of those towns that, well, I think it was founded in 1872. There was a big gold and silver strike in them there hills. Once all that stuff got tap dry, it only took a few years. Town was more or less abandoned, but then there was another strike in the 1880s, and oh gosh, it's gone boom and bust a few times since then, and I think there's still about 40 or 50 people hanging on in the town. And it's kind of a cool place. We'll drive through there in a bit, but, well, you know me. I don't really like those kind of ghost towns where there's like people around, you can't go inside the buildings. I like to be more hands-on, and that's why I decided to stop at this old abandoned railroad right outside Cherry Creek and, well, just see if there's anything interesting to see down here. Okay, so all the way down in the far distance, there's some kind of what looks like it used to be like a loading platform or something, and then it looks like there's a bin with a bunch of gravel or something there in the middle. And then here where I pulled up, there's these 3 abandoned railroad cars. And, well, they're pretty rusted out. It's hard to read what it said at one time. Oh gosh, what does that say? It's like M-I-N-N, like Min, Minnesota. But it is kind of cool just to look at the colors on the rust here. I mean, that's like solid iron, I guess. Isn't that why they called it the Iron Horse? These things were made out of iron. And then just looking at the, oh my gosh, the wheels are so totally crusted over. Look at those giant springs. I guess those are like shocks. Oh look, this almost looks like it's supposed to open. Oh man, it's just like corroded shut. Oh, almost. Might be a two-hander. Oh wow. I don't know if that was worth going through all that effort for, but there's some kind of disc in here. Kind of cool. Better close her back up now. There. Wow, I don't know. I guess these things were used to haul the ore that was being mined out of Cherry Creek, the Cherry Creek mines. I doubt there's anything left in there, but we could probably climb up one of these ladders down here. Okay, I don't know if that was worth climbing up here for, but all of these carts are still full of, well, I wouldn't even call this gravel. It's pretty big. It's like that stuff they used to make the side of the railroad grade. I don't know what they call that. I think there's a special name for it. Who knows how long it's been sitting here? Oh, but look here. You can kind of see, that must have been the name of the railroad. M and STL. Could it be Minnesota and St. Louis? Number 237. Just a guess. You know, I'll bet there's like 53 railroad guys watching this video right now going, "You fool, it was the Minneapolis and St. Louis Railway." You know how railroad people are. Oh yeah, look. I just climbed down from there, but on this side of the train it's less sun-baked, and you can see, yeah, Minneapolis and St. Louis. Way out here. Interesting. I mean, we're pretty far from Minneapolis or St. Louis. And here it is, just rusting away on this lonely old overgrown railroad track in the middle of nowhere, Nevada. I bet this train never imagined it would end up in a place like this. What's a train like you doing in a place like this? Hey, look at this, what's this? There's like a lever at the top, and then it's got this long chain coming out of it, like some kind of gear. And it comes down around back underneath, and, well, it looks like it pulls that rod, and is it like some kind of braking system? Oh, does that say 1966? AAR 1966? Oh, maybe this train's not as old as I thought. Okay, well, let's continue on down the tracks and check out what else is left here. I'm parked down here just below the railroad grade, and you can see, or you might be able to see, it's pretty muddy down here. It's like monsoon season, so we've been getting all these crazy thunderstorms. In fact, you can see there's more brewing now. Looks like it rained fairly recently, but the mud just dried into these awesome little cracks that are a lot of fun to walk on. Unfortunately though, there was still some wet mud and, well, I done got some mud on my tires. Oh well, I'll stop in the next town that I come to and find a self-car wash. Okay, let's go. All right, let's see what's at stop number 2. Looks like another railroad car, but for some reason this one is not sitting on the tracks. It's pulled off to the side. Yep, I'm gonna guess this has been sitting here for a while because there's grass going out of it. We'll go down and check out that one last thing there, and then we'll continue on to Cherry Creek. All right, stop number 3. Here we are. Looks like I said it was some kind of loading platform. I mean, isn't that what that is? Like there would have been a big bin or something up top, like a silo maybe. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about railroads, obviously. I just know I like weird old stuff. Oh yeah, that looks like some kind of shaft that would turn. Like there's something up top that it would like rotate. I don't know, stir. I gotta say, there's all this sagebrush growing up through the tracks. And it smells amazing, especially because it rained recently. Actually, this whole area smells amazing, and I'm glad I'm here. I'm on an expedition, a 1-week expedition. I have to be in the San Francisco Bay Area for a wedding in about 8 days. So I decided, well, rather than just take the direct route, I would meander along while avoiding wildfires, hot temperatures, and Mormon crickets. And it's proving to be difficult because there's a heat wave all over the West. Half the West is on fire, and there's 2 really big Mormon cricket infestations in kind of northwestern Nevada. So I'm over here in northeastern Nevada trying to avoid, well, all 3 if possible. Now, this is actually the 2nd time I've driven through Cherry Creek, and both times, well, it says there's a museum, but it really just seems kind of creepy and semi-abandoned, like there's people watching from behind the windows of these trailers. So I just decided to drive straight on through without stopping. Okay. That was the town of Cherry Creek. It's kind of one of those blink and you'll miss it places. And I couldn't tell if there was anybody out and about or not. Kind of weird because it's a Saturday. You'd think if there was ever going to be tourists here, well, it would be then. But I actually didn't come here to look at Cherry Creek proper. Somebody had emailed me. Sorry about the wind. A monsoon just blew in. Somebody had emailed me a bunch of abandoned ruins in the area, and I thought I would check those out instead. So the first one looks like it's an abandoned mill, and it doesn't say no trespassing. It says dangerous, unsafe mine. Stay out, stay alive. I'm not going to go in the mine. I just want to look at the mill. Oh, hey, wow, here it is. Look at this. Giant old abandoned mill, and she's a beaut. Now, again, from what I read online, this was a silver and gold mining town, so I'm guessing they processed one or both in here, which means there's probably a lot of toxic residue left over. Ooh, but we'll just peek in real quick. Look at this. I mean, all the machinery's pretty much been stripped out of this one. All the good stuff's gone. But, you know, you can still get an idea. It was a pretty big operation, and I bet it made an unholy racket when it was operating. Okay, so not anything too exciting at the old abandoned mill, but that's okay. The person who tipped me off to this also tipped me off to 2 other abandoned things in the area. So let's get back in the car and go check out number 2. Okay, dang it. I'm not finding this second location, which according to Google Satellite was a bunch of buildings, like a little mine camp. But I did find the hood of an old car, which is kind of cool. Not much to go by, but maybe somebody can tell what that was. I don't know where the rest of the car is. There's nothing else up here. Just kind of like a campsite. Well, I'm going to drive around a little bit more before I give up on location number 2. And since I'm in Cherry Creek, well, I'll eat some cherries while I do it. Okay, what's this? I guess I kind of more or less gave up on location number 2, and I'm headed for location number 3. And I happen to pass a pile of mine tailings, and it looks like there might be an old mine at it. Look at that. That is old-timey. It's totally collapsed in. Oh gosh. I couldn't go in if I wanted to. Oh, you know what? You could actually get in there. I could. I'm skinny. Oh man, it is chilly down in this mine. Real cold. It feels good though after being out in that heat. Holy cow, look at this thing. Nice flat floor. Low ceiling though. No telling how far this goes back. And I'm not wearing a mask or a hard hat. Look at these timbers are about to collapse. And matter of fact, I hate to admit it, but I'm wearing flip-flops. Oh hell, I'll just go a little bit farther. Curiosity killed the hussy. Oh gosh, I thought it was gonna dead end, but it just goes around a corner. Oh, more timbers. Dang. I wonder what this mine was trying to get out. There's a little alcove. I'm sure there's a actual mining term for that, not alcove. Okay, I've gone far enough. I keep saying that and then I keep going. Dusty back in here. Oh gosh, that side goes off quite a... You know what? I gotta turn back. I went so far back, I can't see daylight anymore. My car's running. Keys are in the ignition. Now granted... Oh, finally, you can see daylight. Whew! Oh, what I was gonna say is, granted... I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. It's very unlikely anybody's gonna come by and steal my car, but hey, you never know. One of these mountain lions could be sitting in my driver's seat right now. Okay, I'm gonna keep going up this road a little bit more. See if I can find this third location. It's just driving me nuts though, because when I was at home or when I had signal, I could see on satellite, Google Maps satellite, there's supposed to be like a little mine camp around here somewhere. And I took every ATV trail, dirt road I could find that was sort of around where I pinned it, and I didn't see a hide nor hair of it. Bizarre. Okay, well, I think I struck out again. This is where the third abandoned structure was supposed to be, and I don't see anything other than a soiled old pair of Fruit of the Loom boxer briefs and an old campfire. Well, gosh, this is actually very disheartening and very unusual, because normally if I spot something on Google Maps and I pin it and I drive to that location, I find it. But 2 out of these 3 locations have turned out not to exist. It's really weird. Oh, wait, look. A little log cabin. Oh, I guess maybe that's what it was that I pinned. Well, I don't mean to be a snob, but I don't know. Was this really worth driving around for 3 hours and burning up 3 tanks of gas for? I'm exaggerating, but still. I mean, objectively, it is a cool cabin. I mean, you can see whoever built it cut the logs from trees right around this area, which there's some pretty good sized, I guess these are like juniper, pinyon pine type, kind of scrubby pines. Look, they even framed out the window. Had a back door. Aw, look, the old snuff tin. Wow, that's an old snuff tin. Wow, look at this. The roof totally collapsed in. I mean, that roof was just made of branches. You can see, laid across, which I guess that was enough to keep them warm and dry. I mean, I'll bet you anything they get snow up here. And it gets real cold in the winter, so I don't know. If it was me, I might want to put some mud or something on top of those branches. Maybe there was at one time. Oh, a really old can. Oh, you can sort of see what it was. Acme Gold label. Oh man, look how old that is. It's not even a pull tab. Holy cow. That's got to be one of the oldest beer cans I've ever found. I'll just put it right back where I found it. In fact, I'll turn it over so the Acme stays preserved, so that the next person who drives all the way up here looking for something cool and abandoned isn't completely disappointed. Perseverance pays off. You know what I did after I left that last site, and I was kind of, oh well, I'll just give up. I decided, even though I don't have signal, let me look on my map one more time. And I noticed that the pin that I had for this abandoned mine camp wasn't anywhere near where Google was trying to take me. I'm not sure. Earlier today when I entered in all my destinations, maybe I screwed up. Who knows? Whatever the case, I decided to try one more time, and I'm glad I did, because this is one of the cutest little mine camps you ever did see. Okay, the first thing I noticed driving up the road is this really cool rock wall somebody built, and that took a lot of time. I can tell they did a great job on it. Then of course I noticed there's like 1, 2 cabins. Looks like there's some kind of real funky little dugout back here. Let's see if we can peek in this first. Oh my goodness, look at this old pull tab. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen one quite like this where it's just a perfect circle. Yeah, there's nothing left in here. Must have just been some kind of, well, either for animals or for storing firewood or something. Okay, let's go check out these houses. Okay, it looks like that's probably the main house. And then those were either outbuildings or neighbors. And oh my gosh, look at that one in the middle there. It's like built right into the cliff. I can't wait to check that out. One at a time though. Let's go in this big house first. Okay, there's a fire ring out front. You could camp here and it'd be an amazing place to camp. This is actually a pretty nice house. I mean, you can see the roof's still mostly intact. There's a chimney. It's like composite shingles covering the whole thing. Nice wooden floor. Looks like somebody's actually bothered to come up here and bag up some of the trash from inside, which is cool. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? This video is already too long. I've had people tell me my videos need to be 10 to 15 minutes long, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this a cliffhanger. If you want to see what all's in this awesome mine camp, well then by gum, you're just gonna have to tune in to the video that I'm gonna make right now all about this cute little mine camp. See you then.